Evening all, welcome to ICC Banter Blitz. So it's approaching 9 PM UK time. Bishop's Mate is the first challenge, I think, which popped up. Okay. Let's see, I'll play D6 here and try and transpose into a King's Engine, I think. So it's a fianchetto King's Engine. What have I done to my sound level? It's a bit faint, but anyway. I hope you can hear me okay. I can say hi all on the stream chat. I'll go for a quick E5 here. Let's check my recording levels to make sure my recording level is okay, at least maximum. Okay, D takes, yes. Okay, so maybe I'm going to have E4 and E3 soon. One thing to worry about here is knight c4 and bishop a3 later, I guess. On the other hand, I might be able to play a5 in advance for that, and no, actually, yes, this is something to be concerned about here. Knight c4, b3, bishop a3, because white hasn't actually used the c pawn even, so this could be a pretty quick plan to have to deal with. Let's see. So, okay, I got him thinking here. I'm pretty sure this is an uncomfortable idea. Knight c4, bishop e6. If he took, okay. I can have a pawn sack there, or I can try for bishop a6, rook ad8. Alright, for the moment, yeah, bishop e6, knight g5 might be possible. I have an uneasiness about knight g5, so I think I'm going to risk taking that away. I know it's weakening my position a bit, but I think I want to play bishop e6. Yeah. Now, if he goes for this, I need to move this rook away from the skewer line. Alright, he hasn't done that. Can I just go here, I wonder? Or knight d7? What about knight d7? Okay. A5, I think if knight c4, knight c5. If I played f6, there's bishop e3. I think knight c5 might be sufficient here. So let's see. Possibly a4 is interesting. Okay, can I just support that with b6 without getting into too serious trouble? I hope I'm not in deep water here. Music Sunday, I think there might have been some issue earlier. I think it's been resolved now, the main server's available. There's always a backup server as well though, in case you can use the more option on the dialog box. But I think the main server's back now. I think I'm going to double pawns here. Probably, I'm hoping this is not a decision I'm going to regret. It is opposite coloured bishops. What if I did play bishop f8 and bishop c5 later? I mean, this is a bit more positional than my usual, and I'm not even convinced yet that this is great. I can kick that outpost though. Hang on a sec. I believe this could be in my favour. Kicking this rook away.
Check.
Okay, if I've got that file, I think I'm starting to be a bit more sure about the position. A little bit. If I put my bishop on c5 especially, then possibly I'll have rook d2 later when the knight's not covering d2. So this might be very good news actually if I have rook d2 coming up. So even though it's opposite coloured bishops, I think I've got some sort of pressure here. Hi Jordan Crouch and everyone on chat. Hi there. Let's see, King g7, I think. Although he is shielding f2, but maybe I can take that and knight takes c2. I know he was like forking these pawns. Okay, I'm thinking I can take this and then knight takes c2, I hope. So I'm hoping to be on e3 here and then maybe c5. By the way, I experimented a bit with the camera position. I hope the camera position's okay. I wasn't entirely happy with the camera position in some of the past streams. I'm hoping not to, you know, if I lean forward, I'm still visible, I think. That was one of my main concerns when I lean forward, so I hope it's better. I'm experimenting a bit with the camera position. I hope, how is the camera on stream? Let me know. I'm going to try and block this bishop in and maybe get a knight to d4. Right, now that bishop's blocked in, yeah, can I also weaken some dark squares? If I have a move like, you know, g5 and h4, I was thinking to weaken some dark squares. Maybe knight f1 isn't ideal because there might be rook f3 there. That could be a bit tricky. My knight's a little bit stranded. Maybe knight here for knight f2. That seems more of a better idea actually. I think I could be in a little bit. I don't want a stranded knight particularly. So knight d1. Okay, this rook and pawn ending looks fairly good. I hope I can do something from here. I can put some pressure with f5 now, and once the rook moves, yeah, I think I'll take these guys. Right. If I bring my king over to then support b6. Alright, now he's going for my little b6 pawn. What about king d5 here? A nice aggressive king in the endgame is usually, as long as it's not getting mated, it's usually an idea, a good idea. I can drive the king back here and have a more aggressive king. I'll take it here as well. Yeah, this looks okay. Thanks for the game, Bishop Mate. Fearless one. Okay, I'm going to have no fear and play e4. I've been having a strange affair with e3 on the first move in recent 2-3 weeks, with some good results. I've even beaten Eric Lobron in a 5-minute auto pairing with e3, reverse French defense. I think maybe in the context of Blitz chess, you can sometimes play a rather shocking opening and get away with it, as long as your opponent is improvising. Now here, I think my centres, I have that uncomfortable feeling my centre's crumbling. If I play bishop g5, I think c takes, and he's really crumbling my centre. Knight e4, I could imagine knight e5, and I'm not convinced by that. So I'm wondering if I should just support my e5 here. I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit concerned. I am concerned. Yes, I'm going to lose a pawn here for a moment. Yes, I'm going to try and support my e5 pawn, but this is not looking ideal. I've got to say, it's not looking ideal. Let's see. The check, king f1. Yeah, this pawn sack is doubtful. Doubtful. I'm just wondering if I've got any potential h pawn attack, given that he hasn't got a knight on f6 and I've got this central pawn wedge. It looks fairly justified to play h4, I think. Oh, knight f6 is possible here. Oh, that looks like a good idea, knight f6. Except he always check after he can win another pawn. So maybe that's not so hot. Knight d6, knight e5 is possible probably. Knight takes, queen takes. Maybe there's knight f7. Maybe knight d6 is playable. I'm just thinking knight takes, queen takes. Maybe in that position knight takes. Phew, I'm gonna risk it. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is dodgy. That classic hypermodern strategy of blowing up the opponent's center is at work here to some extent. There's also knight e3. That's unpleasant as well. And he's going for this. I'm hoping what I mentioned was not just fantasy. That sounds like a Queen song. Not just fantasy but reality. But actually, haven't I got an improvement? Bishop takes e5. Why isn't bishop takes e5 possible? Bishop takes, queen takes, f6. Yes. Queen g3, knight e3. It's all getting a bit messy. But probably I'm going to go for this. This could be a nasty undermine of that d6 knight. Let's see. I thought he'd play it a different way. I might be having a reprieve here. A temporary reprieve. Right, knight c4 or knight e4. On knight e4, f5, bishop c4, maybe bishop e6, maybe knight g5. So I'm just wondering, this position, knight e4, is that possible? Or am I getting squished? It really depends how good bishop c4 is. Let's have a look at that again. Bishop e6, knight g5. Okay, I'm going to risk this. I don't really know if bishop c4 is going to really help. I'm hoping it does. f5, bishop c4, bishop e6, knight g5. It is, I don't know, maybe. Okay, I can't castle that easily. Right. There's knight takes d4 here, using the pin. This might sort out some of my issues. Knight takes d4 using that pin. There's a check there. There's a check there. Yeah, I've only got a minute 35. Okay, I'm going to do the desperate h-pawn attack, I think. No, this doesn't bode well, does it? Nope. doesn't bode well. 1 minute 21, and he's coming at me with his centre. I'm thinking intuitively, given that knight takes d4 isn't convincing, I'm on red alert now. I'm on red alert. I have to activate this rook. Now with that, he's given me knight g5 a tempo. What I really want to do, maybe move like a3 to threaten knight takes d4, and if check b4, I move like a3, could take away the impact of queen a5 check. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't just play f5. That might be a little bit of a let off. But yeah, a3, then knight d4 would solve, I believe, the problems. Check b4. I think that solves the problems. It will ask if this knight's actually a tactical liability. He's got various options here. Okay, this I thought was a bit dodgy. I'll play my a3, so the threat now is knight takes d4. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to extinguish queen a5 with b4. So now this knight's loose. I think my position's looked up a bit now. Perked up a bit. I mean, definitely, I think I can take this. If he takes on g3, knight takes g3. Or I could take his queen, maybe. Yes, it's definitely looking up from earlier. This was, I'm pretty sure, black had the edge earlier. If I just take on c7 here, this is okay, or I could just take on g3. I think I'll just take on g3, leaving that fork, which also means bishop c4 check is going to be dangerous. Okay, I can finally castle, and I'm hoping now most of my issues are over.
Check.
I can take some stuff. Oh, there's bishop b5 as well. I better move a bit quickly actually. 39 seconds can disappear just like that. So a bit of a pre-move mode. Try and win this bishop. Or not.
Check. 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 Check.
Trying to avoid the stalemates.
Check. Check.
Alright, thanks for the game, Fearless One. Okay, J. Russell 2. Hi there. I'll venture e4 again. Yeah, I looked at quite a classic Evans Gambit game just the other day. Okay, d5 is quite a good move. Yeah, pretty sure black's okay. If black got really materialistic, then there might be some trouble brewing. So I expect bishop b4 here. Oh, Okay. There is some pressure on d4. Black can castle queenside. I'm not 100% convinced of this position necessarily. However, sometimes the king on the queen side is a bit dodgy. Maybe d5, knight e5, bishop e2 is possible. Let's see. d5, knight e5, bishop e2. No, I'd probably lose d5 there. What about just taking on c6? That's a bit radical. It will damage the pawns, and it will also release the pressure on d4 a bit. Oh, sorry, we have a disconnect here. J. Ross, sorry you got disconnected. Okay, let's go on the auto pairing. Sorry about that. It was a good game. Okay, I'll stick with e3 for a moment. And I am on the auto pairing. A 3-minute auto pairing. Try and accumulate a clock advantage if possible. I'm not sure bishop f4 was a hot idea. I don't know. Maybe d6. Maybe I'm onto something. Actually, maybe I'm onto something with bishop f4. I wasn't entirely sure, but maybe it's got some merit. Can I chase away this guy? Can I chase away this guy? Is my centre crumbling? Probably my centre's crumbling. Okay. What if I castled queenside? Or queen e3? What about queen e3? Is that a move? Aha. I'm tempted to castle queenside, but for the moment, let's see if I just did this. Bishop g2 and castle kingside. Okay, I think I should be okay for a moment. Right. I'll try and support some central squares now with these two rooks. Yeah, the four central squares are greater support. Queen e3 is knight c2. Let's try and avoid this knight c2 disaster. Now queen e3, there's king h7 for sure. Oh, okay. I'll let him exchange here. I'm just wondering in this position, can I point something at his king? Or just knight e4 maybe? Is that dangerous if he takes on e5 though? Alright, we have an interesting position emerging here. d4, queen e2. What about this e6 is arriving on the scene here? I can play maybe e6 to try and break his pawns. Now knight e6, knight f8 might not be clever, but I'm wondering queen e4 to go for this g6. Okay, can I get rid of that defender of the king? Okay, I think I have some sort of compensation emerging. I hope I do anyway. Try and weaken his king. Try and keep a lock on things. Maybe there's rook h5 coming. Rook h5 is threatened. Okay, a minute each. You'll probably see that. Oh.
Check.
Okay. Aha.
Check.
How is this ending?
Check.
I stop these pawns being too dynamic. Oh no, no, I've just allowed c4. That was dumb. Well, okay, I've got a pass pawn here to try and distract. Maybe g4, g5. Oh, I have to avoid this being check. Do I need to keep that rook on?
Check.
If I get my king to g6, right, there's always a check, isn't there?
Time.
King g6 threatens mate. Rook behind the pawn.
Check. 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 Check.
It's stalemate, isn't it? I was letting stalemate. Oh. I'm down to 2 seconds though, so it was a fun one. Very, very fun one. But yeah, I'm down to 2 seconds. He was high rated on the 3 minute one. Pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous opponent. Let's see how he's doing. I think okay, there's Metanov. Hi there. Yeah, I mean, down to 2 seconds. It was close to. If I had more time, maybe. Mind you, if he had more time, he wouldn't get that position. I think he would have seen rook h5, and pawn might have been weak on d6 objectively. So I was lucky he didn't see rook h5. Perhaps there was an improvement there. Okay, so there's Metanov. Okay. So the king's. This is a king's gambit. Now, yeah, I can try and maybe counter in the centre here. I'm hoping this is okay to counter in the centre. This looks, I don't know, this looks as though knight c3 is good though. It looks as though knight c3 is good. Maybe I can play bishop f5 in castle queenside. So if I castle queenside, I think there's a little bit of pressure on white's position, and then maybe f6 later to try and accelerate some piece development. So castling queenside and then f6. Okay, you can double my pawns, I guess. I'm not sure I should be entirely concerned about that. Necessarily concerned about that. Let's see, this bishop pair, is it any good? The F file might offer, that rook might be pretty good on F1. Alright, can I do this? I'm just wondering if d4 bishop b6 is any good. If the king's on h1, maybe knight h6 to g4 is logical here, given I can't do knight f6. Knight h6 to g4 is probably handy. Even just here for the moment. Let's make use of this pin. Connect my rooks. Let's see. What about bishop g4? Doesn't that challenge? Maybe I should have considered bishop g4. 2 pins. One absolute, one relative. But bishop g4 might be worth considering, actually. He has opened up this G file, though. I'm going to use that G file for the moment. I'll be cheeky and still rely on that pin. Let's see. This is intriguing. C3, bishop b6, b4, queen a6. Maybe my light square pressure is okay there. So c3 bishop b6, b4 queen a6, with the possibility of bishop d3. This all depends. I don't know if he's going to move his c pawn necessarily. Maybe it's just something like a3 threatening b4. Let's see, a3 bishop b6, b4 queen a6. Seems I'm not getting that viciously attacked here. E3 bishop b6. Any other ideas? I have got this loose piece here. If he tries to attack it, say with knight h4, I think just bishop e4 there. Then there might be knight g3. Anytime he moves the knight, then there's rook d4. So he's got to be careful with his knights. They are supporting the centre, but he's running out of time at this rate. He's only got he's running out of time. Okay. I think I'm still connected. Yeah, I don't know. Because I sometimes check with who space T. Yeah, I don't know. Is okay? Maybe some technical issue there. I'm afraid. We'll go on the 3-minute auto pairing again. So another easy player. That's a GM. Okay. I'm just kidding. I say easy. So this opening a bit provocative to say the least. Perhaps I can chip the centre here Is it an advantage to do that? CD? I'm hoping it's something to do in the circumstance. Maybe bishop e7. Mind you, he's got knight c6. This might not end well. Yes, he's perching into these squares. This doesn't look well. I think I'm getting stuffed. Yes. Can I take here though, and then take on b6? Or take on c6? I think it's relying on knight e7 check. Is there a flaw in his tactics here? I'm hoping there is. I think it was relying on knight takes e7, winning the queen. So bishop takes, rook takes, and knight takes. Pawn takes, knight takes, c7, knight d7. Because otherwise my queen's kind of checkmated there. Yeah. If I wonder which knight, maybe this one. Does it matter? Maybe this one. Maybe. No, I don't know. I've got rook takes c7 coming up. I think the key thing is not to spend too long on any moves, otherwise one will lose on time later, for sure. Especially against the GM. Okay, the threat is knight takes d6. I'll accept that. He's got rook e7. I've got some piece play. Well, I imagine I've got some piece play. And a clock advantage. That's good. I've just blundered my queen, haven't I? I've just blundered my queen. Should have just moved my queen. I've just blundered it. That was silly. Oh, that was dumb. Oh. Alright, it's two rooks. It's not entirely over, but I should have just moved my queen. That was a dumb decision.
Check.
Is there the possibility of bishop c5? So rook g8. Oh, he's mating. Oh no, I played the check and then bishop d6. Alright, he's got an immediate check there. Okay. Can I parry that at least? I've got probably a loose pieces problem. Yeah, a loose piece problem. That's unfortunate. Maybe bishop f2. No, it's not particularly.
Check.
It's not particularly inspiring. Alright, this is over. I had a moment there. I thought it was okay. Unfortunately, I blew that one. Yeah, I just blew that one, I think. There was a moment there. And there's a bit of adjourned position. Alright, I think it's back. I think it's back. Okay, so I move this bishop here. Okay, so bishop e4 coming up, or bishop e6. Maybe just bishop e6. I'll put the queen here as mentioned earlier. Now a4 does threaten to win the bishop, funny enough. And my bishop's pretty awkward. Yeah, a4. What do I do about a4? Okay, maybe h5 coming up here. h5. I'm losing this bishop, aren't I? I'm losing the bishop. It's gone. The bishop is going. It's going. I'm hoping for something over here. He's only got 10 seconds. The bishop's going though. I've got some coordination here. Surely. Okay, I don't know. 4 minutes on time. Chisel. Okay, hi, Chisel. Okay. So d5 knight c3, or can I just play d5 immediately here? So knight f3, knight c3. It looks as though this is a little bit provocative, his opening. I think I'm tempted here. Yeah, I'm tempted. Now, I'm hoping I'm not going to regret this provocation. You know, maybe he's okay. Knight g4.
Check.
Just wondering about something though. This possibility of e6 here is a bit disruptive, isn't it? Maybe I've got this all wrong. It's possible I've got this all wrong. I was hoping this is a bit disruptive, but I'm not sure now. Maybe queen e2 for the moment. Now if takes, I got knight c7. If takes ed, I have to think of something. Alright. H4, H5. H3, maybe H3. That's bishop H4. Okay, maybe fine. Bishop. Well, bishop here for a moment. If he castles, there's D6, winning the bishop on E7. Why do I think this is a bit disruptive? I mean, hoping it's a bit disruptive. I'm not sure now. What about H3 now? There's no bishop H4 check. So if the knight goes back, maybe knight G5. If he castles, maybe knight E6. So knight G5 to E6. Might be some compensation. Yeah, I think that light square bishop, if I get that light square bishop, this should be interesting. After castling knight e6, get the light square bishop, or even around here. That stops him. That knight stops him castling. Now there's probably bishop g5 and knight d5 to be useful. If I just castled here for a moment. But I guess bishop g5. Mind you, there's bishop c5. Sorry, bishop g5, bishop c5, king h1. h6. Let's just say bishop f6 takes, let's say this position, knight d5 is possible. If queen e6 does knight b6 check. No, there isn't knight b6. Can I use this pin or not? I wonder. Bishop g5 for knight d5 or not. Okay, here it goes. If queen e6 does knight f6, hitting the queen, can I not just win a pawn here the way he's played it? So the queen moves. Isn't that bishop f6?
Check.
Oh. Okay. Maybe I'm going to have to play bishop f6. Yeah. Okay, so if queen e6, there's bishop d5, queen d5, bishop g7, rook g8. Yeah, intriguing. Okay, I'll take on d5 here, the way he's playing that. Knight f4, yes. Can I play queen e4 here? c6, I'll probably drop the bishop back. Rook g8 looks more dangerous. What do I do on rook g8? Okay, I'll drop the bishop back, I hope. But rook g8 is a concern. Big one, actually. I'm going to get rid of this knight.
Check.
If I take on h6, the thing is, am I asking for my dark squares to be mated on the dark squares? 1, 2, does it in 2 moves. How can I stop that? Bishop c7, maybe rook d1. Rook d8. I'll play rook d1 here anyway. Queen d2 maybe. Bishop moves, queen d7. Queen d7 coming up. I'm just thinking bishop c7, queen e7, bishop c5, queen d7. I can't play a4 and drop the bishop. Alright, can I play this for a moment? I can't play a4, that's a pain, isn't it? Maybe rook f1, as long as I'm not getting mated on h2 anytime soon. Rook h3 is dangerous. I can take on d6 here. Yeah, I think taking on d6. I think he was threatening rook h3.
Check.
I had to do something. If I go here, I'll get mated, so with rook
Check.
h1, which wouldn't be entirely funny. I can get rid of the queens here to be boring.
Check.
Thanks for the game, Chisel. Okay, let's have another 3-minute. Oh, it's really easy on the auto pairing tonight. Another GM mystery. I'll definitely try a Smith-Morrow Gambit. I'm sure he's never seen that before. Okay. So queen e2, knight c4 for bishop f4. Maybe. Is this any good? A4? Maybe it's no good. A4 for bishop f4. Okay. Do I get some sort of dark square grip, or am I imagining it? Give him this pawn for some sort of h-file attack if he wants to take it. Yes. Didn't I have queen e4 there, threatening h7 and h4? I think I was immediately winning a piece just then with actual accurate play. Oh well. I'll double behind here. It looks as though this should be something. Okay, am I losing a piece if I do this? What I want to do is just move the bishop at some point. Right. If I took on b6 and played queen f3, has he got knight e5? Is that the point? I can maybe I can play f3. With the idea. Okay, I don't want to allow all these pins necessarily. Probably, yeah, looking a bit passive. He's got bishop c3, bishop c1. This has all got a bit nasty, hasn't it? There's rook e4. If queen f3 is rook e2, it's all got a bit nasty. You can also take this knight, probably. That's a shame. I think I missed an early opportunity there. I might have a quick check on that. This is gone now, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gone now. But let's have a quick, I think, let's have a quick moment just in case I imagine this. So I'm just checking it. Yeah. Can't miss those moments. Oh, can't miss those moments on the yeah. That was a moment. A magic moment. Double attack. Okay. Let's see. Alright, this is quite aggressive for mine, isn't it? Maybe b5 on, okay, knight e5 here, and then b5 gives me that c4 square potentially. Okay, he is trying to crush my king for sure. wonder if e5, is that possible? And then maybe is f6. Okay, if I can play for d5, some sort of central counter-attack. I'm hoping this is a good central counter-attack. I can take here and or can blockade with the knight. I think taking here gives me that third rank, potentially. Grab a tempo. I'm going to take this. I've got that third rank. Well, my bishop's hanging at the moment. Okay, what do I do with this bishop? What do I do with the bishop? Say queen h3. Queen h3. I can take that. You can take a knight c5. You can play bishop, maybe e7. He's got d6. Maybe bishop d4 is better. Yeah, I'll go with bishop d4. Okay, now I'm going to try and switch over here. Possibly, okay, a blockade. Maybe with knight f6. Now if he took, I take. Aha. There's knight h5 to g3 potentially. Oh, he's going to mate me on g7 if I'm not careful. Can I nudge this knight? Nudge the knight. Alright, I'll try and go into... Oh, probably get mated. Okay, queen e2 might be interesting. Okay, bishop e6. Looks dangerous. Sorry, knight e6 looks dangerous. The thing is, he's got a crossfire on my g7 here. I don't like this, particularly. Funny enough. Possibly. Do I have time for this? Knight g8 after do I get mated on the back row? Yeah, yeah, e7 might be possible. Check, there's, okay. Now here, rook c2 looks, and there's rook g8. Queen f3. I'm running out of time.
Check. Time warning.
h3.
Check.
I think I've run out of time and position. Oh, knight f2 is not doing anything, right?
Check. Check.
Run out of time and oof, dangerous. All right, Hamlet on a challenge. I might try bishop g4 approach here. Just bishop g4 approach, I think. play knight d4 here. Maybe takes, not with the bishop, he's got rook takes, queen takes, knight c7. Okay, so, okay, knight, if I just drop the knight back for a moment, I don't mind having my bishop chase there. Some weaknesses might result. c6 might be good here. Okay, I've got to unpin here as well. What about this? Oh, doesn't look too good. But maybe c6. Right, I don't want this doubling on my poor bishop, particularly. Unfortunately, I think I'm learning to double now with Queen A1 coming up. Okay, yeah, less evil time. I'm just gonna lose a pawn here, I think. Because Queen A1 looks devastating. As a pin goes, as pin goes, pin goes. Mind you, this looks as though it might be good news because I thought it might be good news, but maybe not. He's gone into a pin, actually. It was me that was going into a pin. Now it seems as though there's a role reversal, that he's got this pin while losing the rook. Yeah, we had a role reversal there. That was fascinating. Okay, let's try the mega tough. Oh, another easy one on the auto pairing. Okay, only an IM though. Okay, only an IM. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah. Yeah. There might be some. I'm hoping there's some interesting compensation here emerging. Otherwise, I'm doomed. Clearly. This is Baku, right? Is that Azerbaijan? I mean, not Baku. That's an Azerbaijan flag. Queen F3. He's always got knight G4. This is the problem. He's got knight G4. So why don't I try and remove knight G4? Knight E4. He takes. I'm looking forward to Queen H5 and Queen G4 here. But also, you know, at minimum, isn't there like Bishop H6? But really, at maximum or minimum, do I just take on H6? Probably a good idea. Or take on G7. H6, King H8. I think that G7 bishop somehow is somehow tempting. h6, the knight's kind of stranded. Okay, I'm hoping my dark square bishop is going to be wonderful. Otherwise I'm dead. Okay, so if the dark square bishop isn't wonderful later, there's going to be a problem. Okay, I could give it up because it weakens his position. That this, even if I lose the dark square bishop, surely. Isn't there rook takes h5 potentially? So knight takes queen g4. Rook takes h5 here. Alright. Or queen g3. That's a nice pin, isn't it? Bishop f4 is what I'm talking about, the dark square bishop though. Potentially, because that could be dangerous. Okay. Let's support the centre for a moment. Bishop f4. I would like to get bishop f4 in and f3, and I'll be happy with my bishop here. I'll be pretty. I think I've seen the master game even. That's gone. Okay. He's got some weak pawns. Okay. Maybe bishop a2. Go for fixing e6 here. "32 seconds. That doesn't bode too well, actually. Okay, 20 seconds doesn't help. Maybe there's d5, or bishop e6. There's queen b6, 15 seconds. Queen b6 is looking a little bit dangerous, at least. At least I'm controlling g1. I think this is definitely a pre-move scenario.
Check. Check.
And there's no checks. No, I've run out of checks. No checks. This is doomed, isn't it? It's doomed.
Check.
Yep, just went on time anything, really. Oh, not done too well on the 3-minute auto pairing tonight, as in half one draw. Okay, it can only get better. Brainwood, challenge from Brainwood. I haven't had the challenge from Brainwood earlier. Alright, this looks like I'm stretching on the king side. Looks okay. b5, knight d8 to f7 or something. Maybe f4 and e4 is dangerous here, with the idea of knight d4. I think this could be dangerous. Knight d4. or, well, e3 is dangerous here. Oh, there's bishop d3, that's the point, right? Got to avoid bishop d3. Okay, so say bishop f5 or f3. f3 looks like dangerous, actually. More so than queen takes bishop d3 anyway. It does support okay. Knight e2 just kind of wins that rook, I think.
Check.
If I just win that rook for a moment. And thanks for the game, Brian Wood. Okay, I'm gonna slap myself. I gotta do better on the 3-minute auto parry. Must try harder. I'm going to try this Snake Benoni. I think this stumbles people. I've played a masses of games in this within the white side with not much success. Once again, some Philippines GM, and I don't know. Maybe it's got something going for it. But here, I don't remember this squish particularly. Have I gone wrong, or is it okay? I don't remember this at all. This doesn't look right. This is not meant to happen. Okay, it's not meant to happen like this. Anyway, okay, whatever. I'm hoping he's not going to castle. It's a 3-minute game. There might be a chance. It's a 3-minute game. So knight a6 to c5, d6. Do I get any counterplay? Bishop f5 and rook c8. He's got some problems to solve, and it's a very fast time there, really. So this could help this position. Bishop f5, rook c8, knight c5. I can see I can brew some trouble up here. Optimistically, can I brew some trouble up here? Is he just going to castle queenside? I mean, actually, we've taken that pawn. The c file looks dangerous. He's going to castle kingside. I'm not going to be able to stop him castling. Okay, let's see if this e2 bishop is an issue. I'm hoping e2 is an issue, otherwise, if it's not, okay, I can try and pin that guy. Yeah. And knight c5 is looking juicy because of knight d3 check. I can honestly say that for the first time in the first 3-minute auto pairing, this is rather juicy looking position because of knight d3 check and knight takes e1.
Check.
Funny enough, I was looking at a Fischer game earlier with a loose bishop on e2 against Cares, materialistic Cares in the London system, and it was all to do with the bishop on e2, so yeah, he's resigned that. Yes, I finally won a game on the 3-minute auto pairing tonight. Okay, so let's see. This, I think, was used by Boris Spassky sometimes, this system, with this doubling of pawns. I've seen this being played before, I believe, by someone good, once or twice. I think Spassky had some preference at some point for knight c3 and g3 stuff. Right. Yeah, I've kind of voluntarily weakened a load of squares there. And was there a reason for that? I don't know if there was a reason for that, which was good enough. This position might not be good enough. It might not be. There might be too many weaknesses. Yeah, I realise that now. What was the point? There was any point. Queen c1 here. Maybe there's a point of f4 actually. Yeah, f4. F4. And if knight f6 he's coming to d5, h3 knight d5. I don't know, do I snap it off? Do I chase it? What if I chase this bishop away? So I'll try and trap it or something. f4 knight f6. What about g5 for a moment? Or rook b2? g5 takes away f6. Actually, knight f5 to d6 looks tasty. In some respects tasty. I mean, I don't know if that pawn's too weak if I put it there. Might be. Maybe I should snap off from d5. Not here. I'm trying to gun for his knight. Or play c4, c5, knight d6. If bishop e4, knight g3, yeah, I think I want to snap this knight off. That's a troublemaker. That gives me knight e3. If I put my pawns on dark squares, that's going to be knight d6 if he's not careful. Oh. That wasn't entirely clever. I want to take away his d5 square with c4. Right, knight h4. There's rook e3 check. King f2.
Check.
I think the key thing is also to play very quickly a lot of these moves, if possible, without losing all the material. Here, king g3, it's probably the best bet. Ah, king g1. Oh, you can take on c3. Hold on. Ah. He's let me have knight f4. I'll take it here first. Right. I'll take that bishop off on knight d3. Down on the clock. That bishop looks a monster there. Actually, rook f3, there's rook f2. But it looks like trouble.
Check.
Yeah, I think probably I shouldn't have done this. Just lost king and pawn in it. Lost rook and pawn ending. He just keeps the pin, doesn't he? What a moron. Ah.
Check. Time warning.
No chance. No chance. This has been vicious, man. This has been vicious, this sort of pairing. Gran, I welcome the challenge. Gran. Okay, that was, I don't know, went downhill rapidly. Gran from Norway. Queen e2, rook a d1. Right, if I stop this pin, so I want to play queen e2 without that pin. So rook fd1 and rook fd1, rook ac1. This looks as though maybe e5 is possibly coming up. Rook ac1, knight d5. Maybe just knight d5 immediately. Okay, I guess he's pretty solid here. Can I undermine this with b4, b5? Would that help? I think it might help to weaken somehow that grip. So b5 coming up. b5, what does it actually do? Maybe that b7 pawn, if I can win that b7 pawn with b5. Okay. Now I'm threatening knight takes e5. In fact, I had that, didn't I? Oh, don't tell me. I could have won a piece there. I could have won a piece with knight takes e5. I'm missing some things though. I think that was winning a piece. Okay. Let's have a quick check on that. Knight takes e5. Yeah, if it takes bishop f7, if it takes there's a pin. Yeah, that was a bit dodgy. What my opponent played, I think. Unfortunately, it's won a pawn for him. It's won a pawn for him. Mind you, hold on a sec. I might be getting the pawn back. Unless knight d8. Okay, that looks okay. Looks a bit weakening potentially. I've still got my d5 control. Okay, maybe not so bad. Not so bad. Queen d5, rook c1, rook c7 plan. Okay, so knight e5 and rook d6 or something is an interesting thought in some respect. Yeah, just to play rook d7, I think. If I have rook d7, alright, if I strengthen this, he's on my 7th rank. I'm gonna have to prepare my 7th rank for defense here. This might not have been entirely ingenious. I'm thinking, okay, rook b2, rook a6. His other rook comes down, rook c8, king h2, rook c2, rook g1. How terrible is that scenario? Or it might actually be positive. As long as his rooks on the 7th are not absolutely devastating. Okay. If I played rook d5 here, is that asking for trouble? In fact, I've got a fault here. He's not got a huge amount of time, but there's rook a5. I was resigned. Yeah, I think I might be back in the game there. Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh, auto parrying again. I've been a bit of a. I've been murdered so far on the auto parrying. I'm gonna try and win another game at least, get the percentage up. But it's been really amazingly strong. I IMs, GMs all the time. Most of them, I think, except for one game. Okay, so let's see, 3-minute auto parrying. I can only think to have more water because I think that helps the brain a bit. More water. Okay. So knight f6, bishop c5. I'm sort of comfortable with this usually. Okay, I've seen this before. Maybe a5. I don't want the bishop completely murdered. I've seen this before. I've played bishop c5 before with good fond memory of what happens after, I believe. So d6 and try and use this f4 square. Okay. And I'll just wait for a moment. If he castles, I'll take that pawn. Now he's weakened a bit of the light squares. Aha. Okay. So his king's pretty safe, huh? I'm hoping to increase my grip on the light squares. Maybe bishop f3 here, queen g4. Just to create a light square blockade. I know in theory I should be playing over here, but okay, am I going to lose my queen or have things skewered soon? Actually, this looks rather dumb actually, because of bishop e2 coming up, kind of winning my queen nearly. This looks precarious. This looks precarious. Okay, I'm hoping knight e4 is possible here. Or bishop e3 first and knight e4. Otherwise, he's just taken that out of the equation, hasn't he? He's taken knight e4 out of the equation. Two pieces for the queen. Two pieces for the queen then. Okay, at least it's more than one piece for the queen. That's not what I hoped for. Is there knight g3? I'll try and get something going here with knight g3. If I get some more material, it might be okay. Just if I get more material. I'm just losing more material. I end up losing more material. Oh man, this is brutal. It's h6 now, isn't there? Well, he spared me h6. Knight d2 check. I think knight d2, knight f3, knight d4 if he's not careful. But I might be getting mated here, that's the problem. Knight d2, knight f3. Okay, I'm trying to defend. Queen h6 I don't think is mating just yet.
Time.
Knight e5 check looks good.
Check.
I didn't think this was mating. Knight e5 check?
Check.
I think it's a major pre-move scenario.
Check.
Oh, I just missed. I had knight d6 and rook e8 mating there in the end. I had a mate in 2. I just realised. Okay, I've just been mated, but I had a mate in 2. That's unfortunate. Oh, okay. b7, b5. I think. Mate in 2. Okay, I just got mated instead. b7, b5. Is he ready? Alright, I think I might have bought. I'm not sure if he's ready. Okay. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, I seem to have a game with b7, b5 after all. Are we just analysing here? This is not a game, is it? Or is it? I don't know anymore. I don't know. It looks like a normal game. Nope. Maybe it wasn't. No, I think there was something odd about that. Okay. That was just, I think that was analysis or something. Alright, so knight d7 to e5. Okay. Right. It's rook g4, queen h3, bishop g2. Okay, there's rook e6, there's f5, I guess. But, what about bishop h6 then? Does that move? I think there's queen f1 on rook g3. Okay.
Check. Rook f4. I'm hoping he's not going to exploit this pin too quickly. Is there rook f4? And d5 here is not doing too much. Maybe that's useful. What about g5 would have been handy. g5 round here. He takes check on knight g1. I think that's handy around here. Check.
If I'm forcing knight g1, then okay. I think.
Check.
He's got rook h6.
Check.
Yeah, didn't have to take back.
Check. B2.
Check.
Rook C3 if knight F3. Can I get
Check.
some checks here? The check rook F5 would win his rook.
Check.
But he's not going to do that, is he?
Check. Check. Check.
Oh no 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 no! I am just knight F4 wins the piece. Yes. I'm getting clobbered tonight. I think I don't know. I feel I didn't rest enough for this session. Oh, I'm just getting clobbered. Okay, I can only hope to, I don't know, draw on time.
Time.
No, no, no. It's brutal again. It's just brutal. Okay. Okay. It's like loads of IMs, and if you're not up to scratch, you'll just get eaten alive and stuff on the auto parrying. If you're not up to scratch, which is what's happening tonight. Jeez. Okay. I think I've once beat this guy once. I think I've lost him as well. So I'm happy that once upon a time I did beat this guy. Let's see how his 3 minute is. He lets me think a little bit, this guy, so that's good news. So takes 95. Is that good? Alright. If queen takes, I take the knight. If knight takes, maybe I can play g3. Knight takes king g2. Is that a piece sack? Potentially.
Check.
That he has to do. I'm hoping I'm winning a piece here with rook h3. Or the exchange will do, probably. Alright, so queen g4, driving his knight back. f3, f3. Okay, rook f2 and rook h1. I should be okay, surely. So rook f2, rook h1. I'm nearly losing my queen again. Please let me not get my queen trapped. Why does this look so terrible? The exchange up. Right. Okay. Knight d1. I don't know. I'm munching my queen side. I better do something active soon because I'm just going to get killed here otherwise. Maybe f4. I got to chase this guy with f4. So queen b2, knight d1, and then f4. Go away, queen, go away. He's not going away. He's just collecting pawns. Oh, knight f3 is probably possible here with a nasty discovered check. Alright, okay. I don't know if he's let me off that. If he had knight f3. Oh no. This looks really passive. Just this looks so passive. Knight c3, rook e3. I'm going to have to run on this pin. He's probably got a check somewhere. Yeah, he's got a check. It's fallen to bits. It's fallen to bits. He's got knight f5 check. I'm seriously out of shape here in this session, I think. Grovel the queen's off here. He's got 3 connected pass pawns, but only 17 seconds. I can only apologise. I don't know. I don't know what I've been doing. I don't know. It's going to have to be pushing the time thing aspect.
Check.
Oh yeah, he's just run out of time. It's there's a challenge from. I think I should play the challenge rather than. Yeah, I don't think we've played this guy. Well, he's been playing the training bot apparently. So I can only say sorry. I should have rested more before this session. I can only say sorry. It's been a horror. It's been a horror. Okay. I knew it. I should have watched TV solidly for the last 3 hours. Okay, this guy, I don't think he's around. Okay. Or maybe come back later. Oh no. Okay. No, not other I am. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to play knight c6. A knight c6. I don't know, maybe it was to do with the server thing that it's just filtered out most non-IMs or something. I seem to have a swarm of IMs on the auto pairing tonight. I don't know. What have I done? What have I done? I've come on the wrong day. Okay. Alright. Wasn't that E4 pawn? No, I unpinned that. No, that's fine. For a moment there. Yeah, for a moment there. I'll go for this knight f4 cheapo. I'm sure he's not going to see it. Knight f4. It is to do with my G file pressure. I think this is a reasonable position actually. this might be a reasonable position to have. In fact, didn't I have knight f4? Isn't that just winning on the spot? Oh no, 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 it might have been. Okay, I should have checked it out. Okay, let's avoid the queen exchange. Avoid the queen exchange. Knight f4. Take. I'm thinking rook g4. Surely this is just too dangerous. Rook g4 for rook h4. I mean, I could be imagining this as if he's not getting the queens off. This is surely I'm threatening queen h3 here. Well, I mean, I don't know if that actually does anything. Okay, this position, rook g4 to me looks like something. Does he just play rook g1? He wants the queens off. Obviously, I've frightened him. Okay, I want to just take on f2, and I'm sure I've got some compensation here. At the very minimum, I've made him use some time here, significant time. He's used about a minute wondering what this is all about. That's good news as well. Okay, bishop f2 is good news. Bishop g3 is very good news. Surely. Or rook g3. Doesn't that almost win the queen? Rook g3 or bishop e3 or bishop g3. Check. And then rook g4 looks juicy. If he has to play knight f3, loses this knight, I'm actually going to win a game, a miracle. I think rook h4 is dangerous. Rook h4 looks very dangerous to me. My queen has got a square on a7. Apart from that, it hasn't got any squares. But a7 will do. a7 will do. Alright, so I'm still happy with this. Yes. Very happy. I can get my queen to c8 soon. Maybe the safer route is to move the king away from over here, so I can play queen a8, queen c8. I don't know. I just don't want this onslaught of his, whatever onslaught is coming this way with my king over there. Okay. Check. Yes, I managed to win a game. Okay, it's not total like whatever. Now we haven't got time, Mirror Man. I've just got to abort it. I've just realised there's only like 7 minutes. I can play probably one more 3-minute auto pairing. Sorry, it's been like 7 minutes. It is the toughest online experience going, the 3-minute or 5-minute auto pairing. If you want a really tough online experience with multiple IMs and GMs, there's nothing like it. If you the ICC auto pairing, nothing like it. Okay, can I make this a good one to end off on? I'll play the English opening. Try and make this end on a high this session if I can. So I really want to win this. He's not that high rated, if that is anything to go up by, but everyone's good.
Check.
Alright, Okay, he's taking some tension out of the game. And he's forcing me to play f3. It's not a move I really dream about. But anyway, knight ge2 and castle. Bishop b5, knight c3. Alright, the good news here, I haven't lost material yet. In fact, I might have a passed pawn here with d5 and e4. e4? That wouldn't look entirely bad news. No, my c3 knight is a bit vulnerable. Right, how is he exploiting that though? Okay, I can't move my a pawn, knight b3 and get this king off the sensitive diagonal. I think rook c2 is a good conservative move here. Just, I think it's double. I'm not sure about e4. Okay, he's tempting e4. Is there any plus points on e4? Any plus points? I think I should play it. Yeah, I should play it. Maybe g4 to stop f5. Is that crazy? If he has f5, I think he's getting some too much play over there. I can put the bishop on this diagonal and play maybe knight b5. Queens come off. Okay. Or bishop b5 to c6 even. He's still playing for f5. Can I not play knight b5 here? I'm hoping there isn't some nasty tactic with knight e4. No! You can't be serious, man. Haven't I got rook takes c8? Knight takes. I've just lost material, haven't I? There is a nasty tactic. Ah, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I can win a7. This might not be the end of the world. He's on my bishop. He's on. Oh my word! He's on my bishop.
Check.
Whoa! He's on my bishop. But why? I think I should listen to my intuition more. Okay. Should have listened to my intuition. Some sort of uncertainty about that move.
Check.
Yeah. Diabolical. Looks terrible. Again. He's just winning my knight. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna give up tonight now. I think that's time to go. It's been a remarkably disastrous session. I'm staggered. Okay, thanks for coming anyway. All right, sorry. I think I got to stop now. Okay. Thanks. I think end here.
I can only think I didn't really rest enough for this, and I regret it. Okay, have a good weekend, and okay, see you next time. Hopefully under better, more energy levels next week. Do a quick post-mortem. What went wrong? I thought it was probably okay up to... I thought it was okay round about here. Was this really a tactical blunder? Yes. It goes to -2 after this. Just that loose piece for a moment. Loose pieces just for a moment is enough to lose the game. Even for this moment, just it's -2 after knight takes e4.
Check.
It's the whole position's been wrecked here. It's been wrecked, yeah, that moment of a loose piece. Okay. Cheers then.